Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
A dramatic rescue in Livingston County. A sheriff's deputy saves 2 people stuck inside a burning pickup truck. Investigators say the driver was going way too fast when he lost control, went airborne, and crashed into a tree. Thanks for being here with us. I'm Kimberly Gill.
Good evening. I'm Karen Drew, in for Devin Skillion tonight. That smashed up truck was just inches away from a gas line and a school bus stop. Mara McDonald live in Howell for us. And Mara, both the sheriff and the neighbors say if this deputy had not gone into the burning truck, there could be a really different outcome here.
That's right, and his friends here at the Sheriff's Department are really giving him a razzing because a whole lot of people are calling him a hero, but in this case, that word really fits. Take a look. Deputy Lonnie Chapman has 19 years on the Sheriff's Department. He's seen it all, but even for him, this was an out-of-the-ordinary day.
It was just an almighty thump.
That thump was this fireball in Brian Pace's front yard. You're looking at the vaporized remains of a pickup truck. Minutes before it wrecked, Chapman clocked it going more than 90 miles an hour. So fast, by the time he turned his squad around to give the driver a ticket, it was gone. He still looked, though.
Then there was a dust cloud going to the east, so I just followed the dust.
The driver of that speeding truck had gone down a dirt road, the cloud of dust the only clue. He followed it. When the dust cleared...
It was pretty bad. There was a lot of smoke, some flames. The front of the car was all demolished. The floorboards had been peeled back, and then he was pinned under the car.
Neighbor Brian Pace saw the wreck, saw the deputy arrive, and ran to help.
I saw that there was flames on the dashboard, so I went indoors and grabbed a fire extinguisher.
Meanwhile, Chapman helped the female passenger get out, but the driver was in bad shape, and time was running out. He went into the burning truck and pulled the trapped driver out.
The guy was lying on the ground right there, and then Deputy Chapman again came forward as the fire started to build and said, you know, I gotta move him further back, and he dragged him further up the bank.
The truck starting to explode before the fire department and other deputies arrived.
Deputy Chapman hadn't dragged him out of there, you know, you'd be doing his obituary.
Back here live, the 24-year-old man who was driving that truck, he's really hurt. Broken bones, a whole lot of bruising, but he did survive all of this, which everybody agrees is amazing when you look at that video. We're live in Howell tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
What a rescue. All right. Thank you, Mara. Appreciate it.
Tackling violent crime in Detroit, it's a team effort, and now a new partnership is focusing on prevention and enforcement. The One Detroit Partnership is bringing together players from city, county, federal, and community levels. And here's how the plan works. Law enforcement will flood hotspots to get guns off the streets. Community leaders will engage in programs designed to help people make better choices when dealing with conflict. All parties agree too many people are using guns to settle disputes.
Stop using guns. Stop using guns to solve conflicts. We will not stop. We will not stop trying to reduce crime and improve the quality of life for the citizens in this district, and particularly in our largest city, the city of Detroit.
The point at which somebody sticks an illegal weapon under their belt and heads out of the house, we've lost. We're seeing beefs turn into shootings over and over. And the focus here is to have a message to say this. We're going to engage in all kinds of prevention efforts, but for those who do choose to do it, law enforcement is aligned together. We're trying to change the decision making.
The U.S. Attorney says they've already seen significant results with similar programs in smaller cities. Chief James White took to the streets this evening, walking and talking with residents about their own safety concerns.
Yeah, a lot of people showed up tonight. It's called Walk a Mile Wednesday. This was the first one of the season. Jacqueline Francis was there for it all. She joins us live at the 11th precinct tonight. Jacqueline, a really good community response.
It was, and Walk a Mile Wednesday, it's exactly as it sounds. Led by Chief James White, it allows police to speak directly to the people in their own communities. On Wednesdays in the city, you may see a group of people walking through the neighborhood.
Glad you're here.
At the front of the pack, Detroit Police Chief James White.
And just let them know that they matter, we hear them, Their issues and concerns are super important to us.
Kicking off the season with the 11th precinct, neighbors walked just over a mile in the neighborhood of McNichols and Conant. The chief welcoming the change in pace.
And it gives me a chance to get out the office and get out of some of the more serious stuff and get out here and talk to and work with our community.
Talk they did, neighbors bringing up the issues that matter to them.
Probably one of the issues we have is of course, they installed the speed bumps, but we still have some issues with people driving fast in this area.
Another big focus of the walks, connecting with the kids.
We're always happy when we can have an impact on a kid's life, have the children come with us, not be afraid of the police, working with the police, and know that we're part of the community in which we serve.
Especially heading into the summer months when violent crime tends to spike.
We want to make sure that our kids avoid weapons and finding guns or seeing guns and just making poor decisions and have a great safe summer. That's what this is all about, just working together and making sure that their safety is on the forefront of all of our minds.
Be sure to follow Detroit Police on social media to find out where the next Walk a Mile Wednesday will be. Reporting live in Detroit, Jacqueline Francis, Local 4.
All right, we appreciate it. Thanks so much, Jacqueline.
New gun legislation is awaiting Governor Gretchen Whitmer's signature. This time, a so-called red flag bill will allow family members or police to petition a court to remove weapons from someone who's considered an imminent danger to themselves or others. Whitmer has 14 days to sign the bill. Last Thursday, she signed into law a new gun storage bill and expanded background checks. Attorney General Dana Nessel says she's ready to defend any of the new laws if they're challenged in court.
New into our newsroom tonight, firefighters really busy in Troy this evening, putting out a house fire. Happened this evening in the Emerald Lake subdivision. Volunteer firefighters responded. As you can see, the house was engulfed. We're told there were no injuries there. The homeowner was not home at the time. The house appears to be a total loss. No word on the cause.
A Michigan member of the group known as the Boogaloo Boys pleaded guilty to gun charges. 24-year-old Timothy Tagan admitted to lying about using drugs while buying a gun. FBI agents arrested Tagan after raiding his father's Plymouth home. Agents found marijuana and at least 2 guns and ammunition. Tagan has a documented history of promoting the far-right anti-government Boogaloo movement, including a rally at the state capitol last January. Prosecutors recommend at least 1 year in prison.
The Supreme Court has temporarily extended its stay of mifepristone, the commonly used abortion pill. The justices are weighing whether to more permanently block a decision issued by a Texas-based U.S. district judge. They're giving themselves 2 more days to decide whether restrictions on the drug should be imposed. The Supreme Court's decision means that, for now, women can still obtain mifepristone by mail as the legal battle continues. Okay, let's get a check of our weather. A little bit of rain moving through Metro Detroit, but a really nice day ahead tomorrow.
That's right. Forewarned meteorologist Kim Adams joins us with a look at the forecast. We're talking close to 80 degrees tomorrow, but you have some green you're looking at right now.
2 clickers and a little bit of green on Exact Track 40 radar, but hey, at least it's not blue or purple, which would be snow or a mix. This is all rain. It's very mild tonight with temperatures in the 40s. This is the area we're watching right here north of I-94. So let's do some street level mapping for you and we'll zoom in here on Macomb County. Speaking of I-94, right along 94, Chesterfield, Mount Clemens, Macomb, all getting some light to moderate rain at this hour. We'll go down into parts of Wayne County where just a few sprinkles in Melvindale and Lincoln Park, but raining in Detroit and in Dearborn, and then on over to Northville and Plymouth getting showers. Same thing in Farmington Hills. Nothing heavy, and it will be gone by tomorrow morning, leaving us with a really nice day. Temperatures get back into the upper 70s, close to 80, close to a record tomorrow, but then we do cool down for the weekend. So 79 tomorrow, but look what happens over the weekend. 55 Saturday, only in the upper 40s for Sunday. I'll have more on your complete forecast coming up in a few minutes.